Alright guys, hard to believe that a day later we've got 6 to 8 inches of heavy wet snow on the ground, huh? Well, that's Wisconsin for you. Anyways, so right away this morning, put my daughter on the bus, come out here and finish cleaning this cow yard or cow lot or whatever you want to call it. And if those last couple of cows would hurry up and calve, we could get to work out here. I gotta pull these posts out, take this whole cattle water out. It froze below ground this winter. It's never happened in the last 10 years that it's been here, but it did this winter. So this is coming out. All this is all coming out. And I'm gonna extend this lot that the bulls are in right now. I'm gonna have it set up so the first 36 feet is for pigs during the summer, and the next 48 feet is for steers during the summer if I keep them on the lot, which that'll bring it down to here. It's gonna come to about this post, and I'm gonna reconfigure this here so on the back side my cows come in from the lane which goes out to their pasture. I'm going to take down this back row of posts because when I build the new addition, the cement is about 2 feet over from the edge of these posts. So the wall of the shed, when I add on to it, will be the back side the cows will walk through. And then I'm going to leave these outside row of posts. And then somewhere right in here I'm going to put a gate that I can flip one way for the cows to come in from the pasture, and once they're all in I can flip it the other way, and then I can run them in through the chute for separating calves or castrating or, you know, vaccinating, whatever. And then I'm going to make the alley come straight over here, and then straight ahead here it's going to be in the middle of these two shed posts. And then I'm going to have a gate in there where I can swing it either way. And I can either run steers out from this side into the alley for load out, or if the cows are in here, I can run them back through and run them through the alley to wherever they need to go. Now over here, I had this set up so the cows would come back through this gate when they come in for water. And then I had another gate on the inside here that was open. During the summer months, when I was getting ready to work cattle, I would close the inside gate, which is no longer here, and there was another post right here and gates along here that I've taken out so far. But I would have the inside 10-foot gate closed, leave the 16-foot gate open, and my cows would come in through here. They'd walk down this alley in for water, which is really nice. They all come in for water. You come in behind them and close the 16-foot gate. They do their thing, and as soon as they want to go back to pasture and you want to work them in the chute, naturally they go right back to where they come in. They come in this, I called it a pre-alley, but they would come in here. Once they were in here, as long as there was cows behind them pushing them forward, they had nowhere to go but up through here into this alley, which leads to the chute. So I'm going to kind of set up on the same concept, but it's going to be at the other end, dividing the steer lot and the cow lot. And I'll just have a gate up there where they go through, and then there'll be a pre-alley, if you want to call it, that'll go all the way over to the shed. So they'll have to go in that pre-alley into the shed and then come out to get to their water over there. It's, I don't know what you want to call it. It's almost trickery because they come in for water. They get used to going in and out of that alley. Then the day you want to work them, they're so used to going in and out of it that you close the gate, they want to get away from you. They go right back in that alley. They're already going where they're where you want them to be going. So I don't know. That's just a little something to think about if any of you guys are setting anything up for working cattle. I mean, me and my wife had days where we thought we were going to get divorced from working cattle. That cussing and swearing and pulling your hair out and cattle jumping gates and fences, and just a nightmare. So a good area to work your animals is well worth the investment. So I got the outside cleaned here. I don't know. You can kind of see this is about a foot thick of shale, and it needs to be built up more. I used to clean this with my tractor and loader before I had my skid loader, and this is part of the reason I have the tracks on the skid loader now. When you're pushing manure, I try my hardest not to spin the tires, because as soon as the tires start spinning, you just keep digging down deeper and deeper and deeper. But with the tracks and the tire set loose in there, normally the tires will spin inside the tracks before the tracks will dig. Now, that's really not the case this year. I put brand new tires in a skid loader last fall, and those tires, even with the tracks loose, still like to bite. So you just kind of got to be careful. It'd be really nice to pour cement pad, but we kind of added all up to pour cement and everything here, and boy, I don't know, $15,000-$20,000 just for concrete's ridiculous. And my cows really only come in here just this time of year when it's muddy and they're calving, so that way they're close to the buildings if I have to help somebody with calving. Otherwise, they're out in the field or they're out in the pasture. And during the summer, I haul water out to the cows, so a lot of times they don't even come back here. But when I have them on the hill here, I always have them come back to the shed for water. That way they stay used to going through that alley. So when I do want to work them, they're used to going through it. And then the day you want to work them, there's no drama. It's all business. Get it done. And I have everything set up here. I do everything myself now. I work cattle myself, I separate cattle myself, I load cattle myself. It works good that way. I'm with my cows 7 days a week, 365 days a year, and they know me. If my wife even steps foot out in this area where the cows are, they go crazy. They don't know what to think. So normally if I need help, I'll have my wife or my daughter, and my daughter spends a lot of time out here too, so they don't get as anxious with her, but she's really not big enough that she can help with a whole lot. So, and I'd just as soon her not get hurt. So if the cows are out in a paddock and they act funny and they don't want to come back to the shed, I'll have my wife come out then. Well, then naturally they want to get away from her, so then they come back to the alley, they come running back to the shed, and that's about the only time I would really need help. But normally my cows, I call them and they come. They know the sound of the gator. They hear that thing fire up and they know that it's time to be fed, or that they're getting moved to a new paddock every day. So my facilities here are nothing fancy, but a lot of it's all just in how it's set up. Ideally, cattle in a lean-to off the side of a shed isn't the best situation, because all the snow falls off the roof into their lot, all the rain runs into their lot. We had rain gutter up and the snow just rips it off. It's just a pain in the butt. So part of the deal we're doing here, I'm gonna, down here in the end, this first 24 feet is where I normally have my pigs, and normally this would be opened up in the wintertime for the calves, but I didn't get rid of all my pigs until January, so this gate was frozen down in there. I couldn't get it out, and there's no sense breaking the gate. But this gate right now is at 24 feet. I'm going to move it down here, this post, so it's 36 feet. And then I'm going to redo outside. There's 22 feet of concrete out there. The bale ring is just off the cement pad. I'm going to put a post. I'm going to build some a custom gate with hog panels that I can put down for the summer months, that I can keep the pigs in their side. And then I'm going to have it so I can take it down quick in the fall. And then the calves can have the whole thing. If it gets to be where we're gonna keep, fat cattle over winter months, I'm gonna have it set up so the first 36 feet is for calves, and this 48 feet will be for, a year and a half old cattle, and then that'll be for the cows. So, but right now, like I've sold a lot of bulls, have been loaded up and gone, so I have to run them all the way down and around. It'd be nice just to have an alley right here in the middle. But if you guys have any questions about anything, feel free to ask. So stay tuned for more. Thanks, guys.